Man, that B-roll took forever. Switching cameras.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. Happy New Year. 2020. Man, ain't that crazy? A new year and a new decade. That really hit me the other day, and it was a really good wake up call. Um, I realized that I went through this whole decade with nothing to show for it, and that was really scary. Until now. So hi, welcome. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Marcos. I am an aspiring photographer. I used to go to college for photography. I almost have a degree, but not enough credits for it. I dropped out because it was the curriculum for the photography program where I used to go. It was a community college. It was more about the artistic, contemporary, and it was all about the subject matter of a photograph that I didn't really like. I wanted to do something more commercial, more business orientated. Do events like weddings, birthdays, quinceañeras, uh, graduations, what have you. And I realized that going to school for photography wasn't for me. But I did do that on my own for a while, for a couple years. I shot a few weddings, a few birthdays, quinceañeras, what have you. Um, it wasn't until I started working full time as a restaurant server that I started to put photography to the side. I was making really good money as a server at a higher end restaurant during our peak seasons, anywhere between January to March. I'm sorry, January to about April, May. I would make really good money and just was high off life, and I wasn't really motivated to do anything because I was set. Um, Unfortunately, the restaurant closed, and I'm kind of out of a job now. As of 2019 in April is when the restaurant closed. Unfortunately, it wasn't because we found like a dead rat or a roach in somebody's food. It was time for the owner to retire. Worked there almost all his life. Got a really good business deal for the property, but unfortunately, a lot of us were out of a job. Um, and ever since then, I've been struggling personally to find another job that was, in the same sort of food industry workplace where I can make the same amount of, money to be financially stable. So I've kind of been jumping around jobs here and there at, all of the last 6 months of 2019. But it wasn't until then that, struggling, looking for work, putting in so much time and energy into trying to work for somebody else. I realized that all that time and energy I should have spent on my photography business. It has been a while. I am a little rusty, but I'm ready for it, and I'm hungry, and it's time for change. And if things don't change, well, things don't change, right? So what I wanted to focus with this channel, I don't know if I'm gonna do vlogs or tutorials, maybe pretty much a little bit of everything because it's more of what I want to do. It's gonna show you guys where you can start or how to start, maintaining a business model, trying to get your work out there, booking clients, working on your portfolio, because that's what I'm gonna be doing. It's what I want to do because do gotta reinvent yourself. Social media wasn't as big. Uh, Man, when was I in college? Yeah, like 2012. So it wasn't as big, but now we have all these sort of platforms where you can get your work out there, and um, a lot of people are not afraid to take advantage of it, but they just don't know how. It's a little bit of extra work, but that extra work goes a long way. So hopefully you guys will follow me on this path and journey, and just see how far I can go. Um, that being said, like I said, I was a photographer. I used to shoot on the Canon 60D. I've had this camera since 2012. Works just fine. So bought it so that I had something to shoot with during my photography courses. And man, this thing is just a workhorse. It was a really good entry level camera. It is dated now that we're in 2020. I mean, I can go through the specs of this, but it's kind of a little boring. It shot 18 megapixels, I believe 5 frames a second. Not the fastest, not the slowest either, but it was a good, reliable, dependable camera that I shot with over the last couple of years. But like I said, it is dated. So what I did was, with some of the savings I've accumulated over last year, I bought the new Canon EOS R that is recording right now. And man, the upgrade from this to that, it's just night and day, honestly. Um, Unfortunately, I only was able to get the body of the EOS R. I could not afford the lens at the moment, but I figured, you know what, I can use my lenses from my from my Canon 60D, the EF lenses, and use them on the Canon EOS R. Right now, I am shooting on the 18 of 135 kit lens that came with my Canon 60D. I do have a 50 millimeter 1.8 lens. These things are magical, guys. There's a reason why a lot of photographers, YouTubers recommend this lens, because it really works fantastic. Especially for a prime lens at 1.8 aperture. This thing works really well, and the autofocus, oh my god, it works really well with the EOS R actually. It is a little loud though, so for events, might not be the best if you're trying to capture live audio, but if you're gonna dub it with some music over all that, it should be fine. Unfortunately, for some reason, the autofocus system is not working on my 18 and 135. It was working just fine when I received the OSR, when I was testing out just to see how it would look. Autofocus was working great. A day later, I turned on the camera, and then the motor was really janky and stuttering a lot. And I don't know if I'll get that fixed, but I shoot manual all the time. But autofocus is really good on this camera, and I want to take advantage of it. So like I was saying before, I was making a lot of good money. I made about 10 grand in the month of March alone, which was really crazy back in 2019. So I bought myself a MacBook Pro, a 15-inch. It is not the full spec'd out version. It is the it's the 512 gigabyte version. I used to work on an old 2012 13-inch MacBook with a dual-core processor, and again, just upgrading to this was just night and day. And I'm able to download about 10 gigabytes a minute, which is really fast and really nice and really convenient. Financially, I'm not stable right now. I do have a interview coming up sometime in the next week. It is currently January 4th, and ways I was able to save money, I bought a Seagate 5 terabyte storage, USB storage, and it came with I believe 3 months of free Adobe software, Lightroom and Photoshop. It might be 3 months or 1 month. I'm not sure, but I had to take advantage of that because I did need the extra storage, because shooting in 4K just eats up your memory very quick. I do have Final Cut Pro. When I purchased the laptop, I installed it right away. I do have the free trials that I got for Photoshop and Lightroom. And now all I need is to take some new photos and take some videos. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is that I'm all set. You don't need all this stuff. I sure as heck don't. But it's nice to have, now that I have a second camera, for whatever reason, if my Canon EOS R doesn't work, I have another camera to shoot with, because when you're out in the field or you're doing a paid gig, it's always good to have a backup, and backups are really important. So a lot of people say when you make resolutions, if you don't write it down, they don't really come into fruition. I used to write things all the time, and I would throw the paper away, but now I'm not going to. So I wrote my 2020 resolutions on here already. The first one was start a YouTube channel. Cross that out already because you're watching this video on YouTube. and I set some goals for myself. So first goal is shoot 20 events, which is honestly a pretty high number. I don't think I've shot that many in my whole photography career, but shoot for the stars. Why not? Save money so I can buy an actual RF lens, and I really, really want that 28 to 70 f2.0 lens. That thing's a beast, but at $3,000, it's a little steep right now, but it's one of my goals. It's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't buy the kit 18 to 105 f4 lens that comes with the EOS R. But I figured, if I save those $800 from that lens, I could put that into the Canon 28 to 70. Hopefully I get it real soon. Once I get a job, start saving money for that. Other gear I might need, memory cards, batteries and such. Just other resolutions, start working out. Who doesn't want to look good? Learn guitar. I play guitar over there. Hopefully I can start doing little intros with my music. I'm just not the best at it, but bear with me on that. Update my portfolio, which I'm gonna do in probably the next video that you see. We'll go over through my old photos that I've had, shots that I would show clients of my work, but it does need to be updated. Another new resolution I want is to reach 10,000 subscribers, and it's right there, guys. If it doesn't work for me, it could be a good learning experience for everybody. I want you to also share with me your experiences, how you get your work out there, what little life hacks you figured out when it comes to building your business and making money. But yeah, I just want to build a community with you guys, and hopefully this all pans out, because I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel. There's a lot of really good content out there, and it's a little intimidating, but you do got to start somewhere, and I'm going to start now in the new year. So yeah, there's that, and I'm not going to throw this away. It'll probably always be in the background somewhere up here. So that is where my resolution little plaque, I guess, is going to be resting for the rest of the year. Hopefully I can reach more than half of those goals. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this about how to evolve as a photographer, my next idea is to I'm not sure if either I'm gonna talk about my portfolio. We'll go through some of the images that I would show my clients that were interested in booking me, or if I should get a couple of friends and family members to model for me so I can take new shots with my new camera and update that portfolio as well. So probably in the next couple, 2-3 videos, you'll see a little bit of that. If you're interested, please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you later. Peace.